everybody, we're heading into the mountains now. So we're about an hour outside of Calgary in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. And we're heading into the actual mountains here in a minute. It's super exciting. I can't wait, actually. The drive into Banff was so breathtaking. I never seen mountains so huge. And also, after being in the flat prairies for the last week or so, it was a welcome change in scenery. Wow. That is one hell of a hill. Alright, we're almost to Banff. I arrived at Banff somewhat late in the day, so I decided to spend the rest of the evening just wandering around, exploring, having a bite to eat and a beer, before setting up camp at a nearby campsite. Banff has a ton of campgrounds, and sometimes it can get quite full, especially in the summertime, but I got lucky and I was able to find one campsite for one night in town. Morning, everybody! So I'm driving up to Sulfur Mountain right now. I'm only driving part of the way up, and then the rest of the way I'm going to hike up the mountain. I think it's like a 5-kilometer trail or something up the mountain, and it's pretty cool because once you get to the peak, there's a big gondola. I'm not going to take the gondola because it's like $80 to take it. I was like, screw that, I'm just going to hike my way up the mountain. Of course, then I got to hike back down to my car, but I mean, it's still worth hiking, saving $80. So we're gonna do that this morning. Should be fun. All right, so this is the trail I'm doing this morning. I'm right here. I'm gonna hike up a bunch of switchbacks all the way up the mountain. And here it is. Let's do it. It's 5.5K. And it goes up. I think the elevation gain is like 650 meters. So do that times 3. That's how many feet we're going up. Got my bear spray. Good to go. Well, almost all the way up to the top. Check out this view. Whew, beautiful up here. There's the Fairmont Hotel. There's the town of Banff, and I don't know how well you can see that, but right about where I'm pointing now, there's like that little cluster of cars. That's where I'm parked. So that's like 600 and some meters down below. Wow, beautiful. There's the gondola terminal, and here's the walkway going somewhere over there.
Big mountain in Jasper.
Oh, which one? Our legs are still
We did the Wilcox Trail.
Wilcox?
Yeah.
Oh, we were. Well, I could have definitely hiked back down the mountain, or I could have spent 40 bucks taking the gondola back down. I got a whole ass gondola to myself. Isn't that epic? I figured, you know what, there's a couple of other hikes I want to do, so I'd rather just save the time to be able to do them today. But yeah, this is pretty cool. There's the viewpoint. The next stop on my itinerary was Lake Louise, probably the world's most famous lake, honestly, and this is the reason why. Oh wow. Oh my god. That's incredible. Well, it's a new day, and it's a rainy day, so the thing is like when it's raining here, there's not much to do indoors, and I don't really feel like spending the whole day being soaked. I do have a raincoat, so I could still do some hiking, but still, like a raincoat only does so much. So what I'm doing today is I'm driving up north to Jasper, which is like 2 hours away, and yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to drive around and go check out Jasper National Park. I think it's raining a bit less there. I mean, as I drive north, the rain is clearing more and more, so I'm hopeful that it will have stopped by the time I get to my destination. And another thing that I'll add is this is the Icefields Parkway. It's like a 300-kilometer long parkway in the mountains, and if you look around, there's huge mountains everywhere. Although like the mountain tops are covered by clouds and fog and whatever, it's still incredible to see, man. Just the scale of these hills is amazing. It's crazy that we're like the end of August and there's still snow up in these mountains. That's crazy. It'd be cool to like drive through here earlier in the summer, in like June, July, and I bet like all the mountain tops are probably snow covered. It's crazy. Beautiful out here. Oh my god, man. I enjoyed Banff so much. Canmore was cool as well. I didn't enjoy it to the extent of Banff. Maybe Banff, you know, there was just so much more like hustle and bustle going on. Canmore was nice though. Like this whole area, oh my god, it's so beautiful and so much to do. I would definitely live out here. Yeah, I can see why people move out here. A lot of Australians move out here for some reason. I don't know why here specifically. Okay, all along this road here heading to the glacier, there's these little blue signs that say where the glacier was up to. And that sign that I just passed now, that was in 1925. So in 1925, this would have all been ice. That is incredible. And then there was one more sign before that, that was 1906. So, you know, 100 years ago, look how far it's receded. Oh, and look, there's another one right here. This one's 1935. That is absolutely incredible. Holy crap, guys. Oh, which one is this? 1942. So World War II was happening, and this was all ice. 1948. Well, I'm at the Icefields Center, and as you can see around me, it is absolutely beautiful over here, and that's a big old glacier over there. And there's one up on the mountains over there too, but the fog just set in, so you can't see it anymore. But I'm gonna see if I can make my way over to this glacier. I don't know if you can actually like walk up there. I mean, there's a ton of people that are on it, but you have to take like some sort of off-road bus or whatever to take that, and it's pretty expensive. So I'm gonna try to do it the cheap way and just walk myself over there. I spent a little too much time at the glacier just walking around and taking pictures that I decided to head back down south on the Icefields Parkway to get back to Banff at a reasonable time, just to be able to set up camp and get myself ready for the night. I didn't really mind at all because most of the stops I wanted to do were south of the glacier anyway, and there was no shortage of epic views on either side of the road. Well, I've just pulled over. There's a little beaten path in this field here. I'm gonna go see what's up, but oh my god, this is so friggin' epic. Doesn't get any better than this. It's when you're walking up to the water, you just see that teal blue peering through the trees. Absolutely epic. And it feels like it's warming up. Clearing up too, the sun's coming out, the fog's lifting. Amazing. Man, just look at the color of the water. Absolutely incredible. It's like zero sugar blue Gatorade G2. Look at that. And to make this day even better, this happened. So on my way back from the Icefields Parkway, I decided to stop in again to the town of Lake Louise. So it's the main town right next to Lake Louise, super touristy. There's just a bunch of hotels and restaurants and whatnot. But there's also a turnoff on the Lake Louise Road heading to Moraine Lake. Now, parking is very limited at Moraine Lake, and you basically just have to get super lucky to get in. So they have like traffic guards there who are denying people all day, saying, nope, the parking lot's full, keep driving. So at this point, I had been in the Banff area for like 3 days, and I had driven past the Moraine Lake turnoff like maybe 4 or 5 times, just hoping to get in, and every time I was getting denied. But I decided to do one last stop because it was on the way, and I got lucky. There was one car coming out just as I was driving up, and then they removed the gate, and I was able to head down to Moraine Lake. And I'm so glad I got this opportunity because it is by far the nicest lake I've ever seen. turns out there was no more room at all in Banff in all of the campgrounds. There's like 5. So I decided to head back to Lake Louise. It's only a 15-minute drive, so it's not too bad, and look for a campground. And luckily, I found a really great campground just right outside of town. Yeah, so this campground has an electric fence surrounding it. Pretty epic. Then after spending 4 days in Banff and a week in Alberta, it was time to continue my venture west into British Columbia. So after Banff, it's only about an hour drive to the British Columbia border, at which point you cross into Yoho National Park. So I spent a little bit of time in Yoho, so I'm going to cover that in the next episode. So with that being said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel, and stay tuned for the next episode.